Right, it is 7 p.m. We're going to call the meeting to order. Kim, can we start with a roll call, please?
Absolutely. Maureen Friedrich.
Yes. Here.
Adam Hemken is absent. Andrea Corey is absent. Kelly Moyer.
Here.
Greg Meyer.
Here.
Lisa Schumacher. Here. Tyson Search.
Here.
All right, that gives us a quorum. If everybody would stand with me and recite the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Awesome, thank you. All right, we have no one in person to welcome, so we're going to skip that part. Obviously, if there's nobody here, we have no public comments. Correspondence are in your packet. And we will run right into our consent agenda. Dr. Grody, if you'd walk us through that, please.
Got your minutes and your reports. We have a few resignations. Derek Ruzicki, who is our high school special education teacher, a high school assistant baseball coach, and a 7th grade baseball coach, has resigned. He's going into the public sector. Tanya Helfer from Parkview Cook has resigned. Alyssa Wrench, our high school guidance counselor, one of our 3, also has resigned. She is also leaving education. We wish all of them well. Education and support personnel, we are hiring Jacqueline Archer as our Eagle View healthcare provider. She was a part-time nurse last year, and so she'll just be stepping into the full-time role. William Moody and Dale Burkhart are our bus drivers. We've got Elizabeth Spicer, Angie Menke, and Christina Beaver coming on as cooks. For certified staff, we've got Kay Stiles. She's a retired Missouri educator. She's going to be coming over to be our new special ed teacher, replacing Mr. Ruzicki. I always call him the wrong name, and I don't know why. No leaves of absences, no extracurriculars, no non-cert class advancements, but we do have vacancies. We have a high school assistant baseball coach, a 7th grade baseball coach, a cook still, even with hiring 3 cooks, we've got 1 more cook. And we've got posted a high school guidance or a high school social worker. And so Mrs. Wrench has resigned, opening up a counselor position. We can go with 3 counselors, or we can stay with 2 counselors and get someone that can just do social works. There's benefits to both. Different methodologies, and so what we decided was post for both, and we're going to hire 1 person depending on what we get. You know, if it's going to be a great social working opportunity for that person, we'll go that way, and if it's we get stronger guidance counselors, we'll go that way. Guidance counselors can technically do the social work services, but there's also benefits to having the social worker. So with all that points of clarification, without taking up too much time, administration recommends the board approve the consent agenda.
All right, any questions, concerns, comments? Hearing none, would anybody like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Noreen. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Lisa. Roll call, please.
Maureen Friedrich.
Yes.
Kelly Moyer.
Yes.
Greg Meyer.
Yes.
Lisa Schumacher.
Yes.
Tyson Search.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for that. We'll go on to our communications reports and presentations. We'll start with our assistant superintendent report.
Well, hello. Happy July. First, I wanted to share this Monday was the start of registration for this upcoming school year. It went off without a hitch. I feel like communication was solid for registration this year. We are still doing the staggered schedule release based on when parents do register, and all that information is on the sheet that has been shared both by building administration and shared on social media. New teacher induction. The last time we spoke, I shared we were having a new kickoff for our new hires, and we did that June 25th with our new mentor coordinator, Mrs. Heidi Klein. It was an amazing day. Both Dr. Grody and I sat in on that, and we enjoyed a bus ride around town with Marla Rose, which was amazing. I think my biggest takeaway was seeing the most historical home in Columbia, which I didn't know, and that was really exciting to get that information. We have our new teacher induction next week, Monday and Tuesday, and we're again excited to welcome our staff back. They will not only get time with Mrs. Heidi Klein, they'll get time with all of our leaders on all of the information they need to know in the district, as well as meeting their own mentors. And I don't want anybody to forget the important dates coming up. With registration means school is starting. I have here listed for you the open house dates for Eagleview, Parkview, middle school, and high school. High school, you will see that there are quite a few dates: Freshman Academy, Locker Night, and open house. We're excited. These, of course, will be shared again on social media and with parents, but I wanted to share those dates and times with you tonight. Without any questions, that concludes my report.
Amazing, thank you.
You're right, it
Wow.
passed.
All right.
Dang.
Like that's record time, thank you. All right, Dr. Rhoda, your report, please.
Yeah, at this time, it's our next board meeting's actually going to be after school has started. And so that's always kind of a weird point. And for me, we've been doing projects. We had a hailstorm in late March, early April, and Kurt Steve got a quote to fix the greenhouse that had some damage in April, and sent it off to insurance, and they wanted other quotes. We had to get other quotes. Greenhouses aren't exactly things that you get good quotes from or easy to get. Anyway, I'm happy to say that last week we got okay to move ahead with the quote we have gotten in April. So we're going to have that greenhouse fixed hopefully before school starts. Choir room is at the middle school is getting acoustical panels. We did the band room last year, acoustical panels. Both the band and the choir room didn't have any sound deadening stuff on the walls, and that's just not good for the program. So we did the band room last year. It's done a great job. It's doing wonderful, and we're doing the choir room in the next 2 weeks. Speaking of the middle school, I've been in communication with a company that would like to do a ground lease for a cell tower. It would be behind the middle school. They first were looking about by the press box, but behind the middle school is a better location. It's a little more hidden. And the amount of space they would need, it would be, you know where the bridge is that takes you over the multipurpose field? There's kind of that ridge, and it'd be in that back corner. We'd have an access road back to that, and then the antenna tower would be there. It is exactly, well, not exactly, I paced it off, around 230 feet from where the discus is thrown. The state record is 205. Our school record's 160. And so it's far enough away that we'd be able to do this. They would give us $1,100 a month. After 10 years, they would increase it by 7%. And then every 5 years after that, they would increase it 7%. You can tell me if you hate the idea of adding a cell signal there on Route 3. Between now and the next meeting, I'm going to have it on the agenda for discussion. And now the other point is scoreboards have been put up. As you know, we got the new scoreboards out at the field, and we've got them in our gymnasium. I just got today, at the end of the day, a pamphlet regarding how we're going to sell the ads. The scoreboard that we got came at a reduced price because he moved the business here to Columbia. He also is helping us doing the ad sales. We've never had a marketing person look at our ad sales. And so he's projecting that we'll make a lot more revenue given this. And so I've got the information, and I will forward it off to you tomorrow. But we are looking to have him start next week with the ad sales, because on August 7th, we would like to have an open house at the gymnasium to show the people that might buy ads how they would look. They would come out here and they'll show you kind of how it would look and what the different ads would be and whatnot. We're trying to finalize that because our first home game is soccer on the 25th of August. And so those are some of the things, like not registration, not the open house, but little projects that we're doing as we move forward. Questions, concerns, comments, let me know. Otherwise, that's the superintendent's report.
Perfect, thank you. All right, move on to our items for action. The first one is consideration of resolution of intent to issue not to exceed, $33 million of funding of bonds for the district.
And this is to finish off the project at the high school. This is the last little bits that we will need. We are on budget. Everything's good to go. And so I'm really hoping that you approve this.
All right, any questions? All right, would anybody like to make a motion to approve $33 million worth of funding bonds?
I'll make the motion for the resolution setting forth and describing in detail claims heretofore authorized and allowed for proper school purposes which are presently outstanding and unpaid, declaring the intention to issue $33 million in bonds for the purpose of paying claims against Community Unit School District Number 4, Monroe and St. Clair Counties, Illinois, and directing that notice of such intention be published as provided by law.
Well worded. Thank you, Tyson. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Lisa. Roll call, please.
Kelly Moyer,
Yes.
Greg Meyer,
Yes.
Lisa Schumacher,
Yes.
Tyson Search,
Yes.
Noreen Friedrich. Yes.
Since that passed, I will just let you know that at our next board meeting, we will have a BINA hearing. Don't ask me what BINA stands for, I can't remember. But it's a hearing to talk about the selling of the bonds, and so if anybody can come to that meeting and express concerns, comments, questions on that. And that'll be at 7 p.m. on August 21st, which is our regular scheduled board meeting, with the regular meeting happening after. And I'll make sure that's posted per the legal ease of the bond agents.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, we've got some housekeeping items, annual things. First one is the approval of the chemicals for the food service bid.
This is a yearly action item. We go out to bid every year. The recommendation is that we approve the chemicals for the food service bid as presented so that we can keep our food clean.
Perfect. Any questions concerning the food chemical bid? Here, nobody would like to make a motion to approve it.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Kelly. There a second?
I'll second.
Tyson, second. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Greg Meyer,
Yes.
Lisa Schumacher,
Yes.
Tyson Search,
Yes.
Noreen Friedrich.
Yes.
Kelly Moyer.
Yes.
All right, thank you all. Next is the approval of the fuel bid.
I will also add that went to Imperial Dade for the audience that's watching along. I forgot to say that in there. The fuel bid, my recommendation is to go to R&M. We sent it out to bid as we do every year, and R&M replied, and they are the lowest bidder.
Perfect. Any questions regarding the fuel bid? Hearing none, maybe like to make a motion to approve the fuel bid with R&M.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Noreen. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Kelly. Roll call, please.
Lisa Schumacher,
Yes.
Tyson Search,
Yes.
Noreen Friedrich.
Yes.
Kelly Moyer,
Yes.
Greg Meyer.
Yes. Carries. Next one is the approval of the safety hazard school safety busing area.
This is where you all agree that Route 3, Veterans Parkway, Main Street, we don't want to have little kids crossing those streets because it's dangerous. This will, by saying that those roads are dangerous to have kids cross the street, anybody that lives within a mile radius, typically you're not able to get reimbursed. But if we've got, if we say that those roads are dangerous, then we can get reimbursed for those kids that live less than a mile away. And so this is a procedural thing. We've done it for every year since I've been here and every year prior to that. Most likely. Administration recommends the board approve the safety hazard school safety busing area as presented.
Anybody not think Route 3 is dangerous? I'd like to make a motion to approve the safety hazard school busing area.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Noreen? Second?
Well, it's Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. I'm sorry, Lisa.
That's okay.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tyson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Perfect. Motion carries. Next one, the approval of hiring ancillary staff as needed for the 25-26 school year.
And this basically will bring the names of the hirings, like the guidance counselor or social worker, to the next month's meeting. But this would provide for me able to get them on and started as an employee versus as a sub. And so I request the hiring of ancillary staff as needed. And I will send you the names as soon as we have them prior to the meeting.
Is there any limitation on your hiring here, or is it posted jobs, or is it?
Yeah, it'd be posted jobs or jobs that become open. It would not be adding any new dollars.
Perfect, okay.
And so if a custodian tells me tomorrow I'm leaving because he won the lottery, I would post for a new custodian and I would put someone on.
Perfect. All right. Any questions, concerns, comments? Hearing none, would like to give Dr. Grody the ability to hire ancillary staff as needed?
I'll make the motion.
Tyson.
Tyson beat you out, sir. How about a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Noreen. Roll call, please.
Noreen Friedrich.
Yes.
Kelly Moyer,
Yes.
Greg Meyer,
Yes.
Lisa Schumacher,
Yes.
Tyson Search.
Yes.
Item F is the approval of the first reading of Board Policy Fresh Issue 119. These things keep rolling out faster than we can approve them, I think.
It is an ongoing almost joke that in the last 5 years or 10 years, the Illinois school code has doubled. And it's because of things like this. So we're not shy of bureaucracies. This is the first reading. I will be honest, I've not reviewed them. I will review them before the next board meeting. But administration recommends that you approve the first reading, and then please contact me regarding any questions, concerns, or comments on them.
We'll have a question to answer on the very first board
Yeah.
one.
Perfect. All right. Would anybody like to make a motion to approve the pending first reading of the Board Policies 119?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Lisa. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Kelly. Roll call, please.
Tyson Search,
Yes.
Noreen Friedrich,
Yes.
Kelly Moyer,
Yes.
Greg Meyer,
Yes.
Lisa Schumacher.
Yes.
All right, that concludes our items for action. Next is our discussion items, and we'll start off with our facility study.
I would like to just say that we did tour the facility prior to this board meeting. They are moving along quickly and getting things done very nicely. However, we have 4 weeks before school starts, and we need temporary occupancy of the office area. The goal is to get the front of the building ready by that August 11th date. Tomorrow, Friday, I am meeting with Ryan McClellan. He's the new Regional Office of Education Superintendent, with the architects and Petker to talk about the temporary occupancy or partial occupancy permit that we need to have signed, and really kind of get a clear understanding of everything that's going to need to be done. We do intend to be open and have the office, but it is a tight schedule, and we've had 31 rain days, and Petker's done a pretty good job of keeping up with that, but 31 rain days is hard to do. They're working Saturdays, and it's just a matter of making sure that we don't have any more rain days like today. It was pretty hard rain. Questions, concerns, comments on that? I will email the board tomorrow when I know when the regional office thinks that we'd be able to get inside.
And our contractors are doing a wonderful job. Like I said, they are coming in on the weekends and working extra and trying to accommodate as much as they can. And we've been kind of non-rigid on our schedules, so it's a find a way to do it because we want to be open. So we're moving people back and forth and that sort of thing. So.
And we will. I mean, school's going to start regardless. It just might, worst case scenario, we start exactly the way we ended last year, and then move in as soon as we can. But I think the office will be ready. I'm still optimistic.
Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Move on to individual board member comments. If we have anything they want to share this evening?
I just have a couple questions.
Sure.
Where are we at on the school calendar decisions with maybe getting a whole week for spring break and then being done before Memorial Day weekend and doing remote
I
learning?
have I've done some research into what plans, emergency plans. What's it called?
Snow days.
E-learning plan.
E-learning plan, thank you. I've looked at the e-learning plan. You need to have your e-learning plan approved 30 days prior to when you call an e-learning day. I've looked at various e-learning plans, and I've drafted kind of a rough draft of what we've got. And once we get once the school starts going and things with other projects settle down, we're going to talk with the association about that. The e-learning plan, in my mind, would be that if there's a possible snow day, we would look at the calendar and we would have the traditional snow day until that snow day would cause us to go past Memorial Day. Because really the key here for me is we don't want to go to school after Memorial Day because of finals at the high school and things of that nature. And so that's the linchpin on being able to control your calendar, because then you can make sure you don't go after Memorial Day. Right now, a week-long spring break would be absolutely impossible without assuring you're going after Memorial Day, even possibly without a e-learning plan. So that's going to be the next steps, but that's going to start in August or September as we move forward.
And Dr. Grody and I have had several conversations on this topic, and the problem is just the dates. We can't squeeze everything in at once, and so I think our idea was pretty much prioritize nothing past Memorial Day first, and then we can see if we can squeeze some more days somewhere. And
Yeah,
And
I will
do it
tell you
today.
that it's always interesting when you come to a school calendar, because everybody has their own perfect calendar in their mind. And so you really do have to kind of massage it into,
I think it's just weird because of when we were growing up, it was so different. You know, like we didn't start until after Memorial Day. And then we were done before
Yeah.
Labor Day, and we still had our.
You started after
After Labor Day.
I'm sorry, yes,
You were done
opposite,
before
yes. There it is. But, you know, and we still had that week, like,
Yeah.
long spring break, so it's hard to adjust now. And I know it's not, you know, it's not just our district. It's just, it's hard to go.
yeah.
Wait a
And you're not the
minute, why
first
is
one
it
to
like
say
this?
that, and I don't have a good answer for it.
Right, and
I
and
really
I'm not
don't.
expecting you to, honestly.
But I do think that, thinking about it, I think it's the shift that you want to try and balance your semesters. You know, there's 180 days, and you want to balance semester 1 and semester 2, and you want to balance it so that your finals on semester 1 are done before Christmas break. Because much like coming back after Memorial Day, coming back after Christmas break is not good either,
Yeah.
so. What was your other question?
That
Oh,
was
it?
just both, yeah.
That was- got it. Did I cover both of those?
Yes, thank you.
we still want it, though.
What?
But it won't happen
Both.
this year.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen in this school year, but I mean, is it something that we can really look hard at for happening for the
Following, yeah.
27, 26, or 27, 28 year?
Oh, my gosh.
Right.
26, 27.
26, 27, yeah.
For next year, absolutely.
That's right, 25,
I
26.
think too, like I said, also the balancing between the semesters, getting those two equal, or
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like there's
kind of
probably
some
a
is.
couple of days that we could take away that we get off that really,
Yeah. Now, this year, to ensure we're not gonna go after Memorial Day, is the e-learning plan. That's what needs to happen first. And then, February, March is when we start looking at the following year's calendar, and so,
I would say probably with these adjustments, it would need to be like January
yeah.
earlier to make sure we can, because February really it should come to the board, I think, and
Yeah.
be approved.
and then we have negotiations next year, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Indeedy.
anything else? All right. Board President's prerogative, I want to talk about this cell phone tower a little bit too. So as everybody knows, we are in a horrible cell phone area here. It's a big safety concern. And, you know, everybody knows as you're driving around Route 3, as soon as you get by McDonald's, your phone goes nuts and, or, exactly. So we've said we wanted it for a long time, and a few years back, we even reached out to some different cell phone companies asking if anybody would be interested, because we have a prime location where the high school is and the middle school for this dead area, and we have some land, and I think it's a good community project here. On the other side too, it's a revenue producer for the district, so we would lease this to the cell phone companies, and you know, they started off, I think, almost half of what we're at right now. So we kept telling them. The funny thing though is we reached out to the cell phone companies and no one responded. Then all of a sudden we get this solicitation, and so we started working on it, and they offered us a very low amount, which isn't worth it. So we said no, no, no. And Chris has Dr. Grody, has done a great job in holding the line and telling them that, well, if you guys can't pay that amount, then we're not the right place for you. So we've really kind of held our ground on it, and he's done very well. But
But I do truly think that there are going to be some people that could care less about that cell tower. And, I mean, it's a 180-foot structure, and, you know, and so it needed to be a fair market value.
Correct.
For us to add it.
exactly, we have to be fair with the district also. That's what we represent. We were talking about putting it as an action item for this evening, but we decided that it's better to float this and put it out in public, let everybody know we believe in transparency. We're seriously considering putting this tower up and leasing the ground, and I personally think it's a great idea. It's a win for the community, it's a win for the district, and I don't see a whole lot of downside, but there's always two sides to every story, so
And I
this is.
believe the gentleman who I've been working with, he came out and we looked at it, because originally he was looking at it behind the press box, and he didn't like how close to the park that was. And so when we were standing up there, he goes, "What about that land over there behind your other building?" And I said, "Oh, that'd be great. Is that high enough?" And we walked over there, and we were both in agreement that that's a better location. He'll be at that August meeting. I'll email him tomorrow and tell him when it is.
So, excuse my ignorance, because I'm not real smart when it comes to all of this. So, you have a tower, is that from one company? Is that AT&T? Is it
So
T-Mobile?
what it
it
is,
like how, like-
what it is this guy works for a company that would lease a section of land for a little room that works it all, and then a 180-foot tower, right? He then rents the top of the tower to AT&T, Verizon, and whatnot, and gets revenue from them.
Okay.
And so he's got to cover the lease for the property
So
and
it will be
whatnot.
multiple different.
Yes.
Okay.
I will also say that he was good enough to be willing to have his guys put our bus repeaters on the tower for free. So we'll increase our range for our buses and radioing.
I mean, I think
EcoView, so-
it's needed. I feel like a lot of parents think it's needed. I think we're gonna get pushback
Yeah.
on 5G, on, you know,
Yeah.
just there's a lot of stuff with health, with everything like that. So I'm just gonna put that out there now, that it's
And
gonna be a
being so
big
close
thing.
to a school and the health, that was like my
Yes.
first red flag, was like, I mean, do I want my kids right next to that while they're at school? Probably not. Does it butt up to anybody's yard? Like, I mean, are there houses there? I've never actually been back there.
If you go back there's the church's graveyard is kind of contiguous to that
Yeah, okay.
area.
Yeah.
And so you have the church on this side, the graveyard, and then there is that subdivision that's down beyond the graveyard. But it's if you
Is
drive
it
behind the
viewable
middle
from their home
school,
though? Like, are they gonna be upset? Like, can they see it when they walk out their front door and look out and they'll see the top of the tower?
they might.
I mean,
And that's why we're not rushing through anything. We're
Right.
alerting the community and
I mean, it's hard because, right, like, for those of us that still have kids in the district, like, you want them to be able to have, you know, your mind goes everywhere. You want them to be able to communicate with you. If there's a problem, if there's an emergency, you want them to be able to have that access, and they don't right now. However, the flip side of that is then, you know, all the studies of what 5G and what, you know, health-wise, what that's starting to cause. And so I just want us to be prepared that whichever way this goes, we're gonna get probably some pushback, so.
Well, again, that's why we're floating it,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we want to put it out there. I don't want to make any rush decisions, and
yeah, it's good.
welcome the public comments or feedback, so. All right. I don't think we have an executive session tonight, do we?
no, sir.
No, okay, no executive session, so only thing left for this evening is a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Kelly, second.
Second.
All right, roll call, please.
Noreen Friedrich.
Yes.
Kelly Moyer.
Yes.
Craig Meyer.
Yes.
Lisa Schumacher.
Yes.
Tyson Search.
Yes.
All right, that concludes our meeting, 7:29 PM. Thank you very much for joining us.